Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. I know it's been a while since I posted my last video, which was the reaction to that cockroach. Ugh, okay, I don't even want to think about it because that was straight up dirt. But anyways, I'm coming with my first story time ever. I don't know how the delivery is gonna be, so it's trial and error, and you guys are gonna have to bear with me for this one. So the story that I'm telling today is about the one time I allowed myself to get played so bad. Like, you might as well have put me in a box and sold me at EB Games because I was definitely being played. It was pretty bad. Anyways, so to begin the story, where do I begin? I met this girl at a party in Detroit, and I thought she was really cute, and she thought I was cute, I guess, because she hollered at me. So we started talking, and yeah. So anyways, we started going out on dates and stuff like that and hanging out, and everything was good. So one of the questions that she asked me when we started talking was I talking to anybody? And at the time, I was not. So I stated, no, I was not. And I asked the same question back to her. Are you talking to someone? Her response was, I was talking to someone. However, she doesn't seem to know what she wants and that she's gonna keep it moving. I should have saw that as a red flag right there, but I let it be. And this time, prior to me meeting her, I already told myself that I was not going to do little things that I used to do in like previous relationships, like one, investigating prior. I like to, you know, have a little 411 sheet on the person that I'm getting into whatever with, because I don't like to be left in the dark about nothing, because you're not about to have me look like a fool to the World Wide Web. It's not happening. So we left it at that. We were hanging out, chilling, like we were just doing friend stuff, like nothing crazy. We weren't even intimate at this point, like we were just chilling. There was times when certain things were happening, like one time her car broke down, and she mentioned to me that her cousin was gonna come pick her up on the side of the road because her car got towed or something. I don't know. You know, in the States, if they catch you doing something stupid, your car's gone. Like, I don't know. It was weird. But anyways, her car got towed. She had to wait for her cousin to come pick her up. There was another time she had to go to her cousin's dance recital or something, and she wasn't able to do her homework. So she asked me if I could finish writing a paper for her, which got her an A+. Please know that. Okay? Wrote the paper for her and go to her cousin's recital. And just little things that she would tell me that she's doing, and it was like always this cousin. Now, I knew she had a cousin that she was close to. I knew of her. I didn't think twice when she was saying anything about her cousin. Like, all right, I just let it be. Like, this is me being trusting and not being an investigator. Because deep down, that's what I like to do. I like to investigate. I like to figure shit out, and I want to know if you're telling the truth right there on the spot. But no, I was like, I'm gonna do shit different this time. I'm not gonna do it. So I let it be. All right. Okay, so a month passes. Finally, I'm thinking like, all right, this girl seems legit. Like we were cool as friends, and like, you know, like everything was going great. So I'm like, maybe I'll give her some ass. You know what I'm saying? So that time comes around. You know, I'm like, I think it's time. So it happened, and then that same night, she ended up asking me if I would be her girlfriend. At that moment, I had to say no, just because even though things were going good and I gave up the ass, I wasn't trying to be committed into anything serious just as yet, until I was sure. Like, I wasn't doing the investigating thing, so I wanted to be sure that this is what I wanted. You know what I mean? Plus, there's like beer gal outside, so like, why am I gonna sell it one? There's like 10 more per day, you know? Just wanted to make sure I knew what I wanted. That's it. That was it. Right? Much asked for? No, not at all. So, with that being said, I said no. And I don't know if she took that personally or if that hurt her feelings, I don't know. But after that, things were a little bit different. I guess that makes sense, but not like I was still gonna be the same. Like, nothing was just gonna change. We could still hang out. We could still go do things. I just didn't want to have a title on whatever it was that we had. At that time, I was always going to Detroit because like I lived in Windsor, so the border's like right there. Whatever, I would like go there when I went there and go home when I went home. So I went home, and then I was chilling or whatever. And that particular day, that particular week or whatever, the next day she had to go to, she had like a test that she had to do through school or something. We had spoken that day and she told me, oh, I have to go to school to do a test, but after that I'm gonna come pick you up so we can go back to my house and watch Scandal. I said, sure, cool. Like, that's what we used to do. We'd go to her house, we'd watch Scandal, or we'd go out to eat. That day it was Scandal. I said, all right, cool. So I'm chilling at home. This, like, she told me this like early in the day. She told me that her test was at 6 p.m. So she'd probably be at my house by like 7, 8 p.m. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm at home chilling, watching my Netflix, just killing time. But I got so carried away. I was watching something else on Netflix. So I got so carried away with time, I wasn't even paying attention. So then finally, I look at my phone and I see the time. It's like 10 p.m. I was like, oh shit, like, shit, we're supposed to go watch Scandal. And like, this girl didn't even hit me up. So I called her phone. I only called 3 times. That was it. Because the first time, I'm gonna assume that you left your phone in the kitchen and you didn't hear it. The second time, I'm gonna assume that you're on your way to the kitchen. And the third time, I'm gonna assume that you got in the kitchen but you missed the call. So by then, you should be calling me back. But she didn't call me back the whole night. And I had a feeling like my stomach just gave that something's off, because she's never been the one to like not answer my phone call. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So my investigating instinct was like, bitch, you better. I was like, fuck, do I really want to do this? Should I do this? Because when you dig, you will find. And when I dig, I find. Period. Doesn't even matter if it's what I was looking for. I'm gonna find something. So I was like, shit, all right, this is it. So remember the girl that she said that she stopped talking to her because she didn't know what she wanted? I knew of her. I knew who she was because, I mean, she mentioned her, so I knew who she was. So something was like, go check her Twitter. I was like, Jesus Christ, do I really want to go do this right now? I'm gonna go do it. I went and I checked her Twitter. Now the thing about this girl is that she's young, so I guess to her Twitter is life. So she tweets everything, her every single move. Okay? Mind you, I've known this girl for like the girl I was talking to, I've known her for a month at this point. I had a whole month of backtracking to do. Okay? But for that particular day when she had the test, I was looking at that, okay? This is what the tweet said for that day. Waiting for Bae to finish her test. Then we're going to Red Chili or Chili's or whatever the hell that restaurant's called for dinner. I was like, oh, that's some shit. Interesting. So then I kept scrolling and scrolling and I'm reading and I'm reading. And then there was stuff, the time her car broke down at the side of the road. Oh, who picked her up? Wasn't her cousin, according to Homegirl's Twitter there. So I was like, okay. Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Remember that time I did her homework? Oh, I'm so glad Bae was able to make it to my dance recital. Oh, was it your cousin's dance recital? So I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and like little things that were happening that like, this is the thing, she would tell me what she's doing for real, but she would replace Homegirl with her cousin. So everything started to come to light. Now I'm like, oh, this fucking bitch. Like in my head, I'm just thinking, like, how do I handle this situation? You know, like something so irritating, all you can do is laugh. Like that's all I have to do is laugh. And sometimes it's not good when I laugh. Because when I laugh, that means I'm low-key angry. And if I'm low-key angry, I'm low-key gonna fuck you up. So in my head, that's all I'm thinking, like, this bitch is about to get fucked up. Like, for real. So I let it be for the night. I was like, I'm not gonna get myself all worked up. At like noon, she hits me up. Mind you, before she even hits me up, I went back on this girl's Twitter, okay? And I was reading the tweets. Jesus Christ. The tweets that were coming off this girl's Twitter, I was like, God damn, this is but a bitch. This girl was like, God damn, I never knew someone could make me tap out. And then it was like, sex in the shower is officially my favorite. Shit like this. I'm just like, oh. And then the other one said, I'm bad, made Bae miss class. or Bay's not going to school, something along those lines. So I was like, oh, okay, it's pretty interesting. So when she calls me now at noon, I'm like, I pretended like I didn't know goddamn shit. So I was like, oh, hey, what's up? She's like, nothing, sorry, after my test I went home and I knocked out. I'm like, oh, did you? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, just acting like I don't know anything. And she's like, I'm like, oh, so what are you doing right now? She's like, oh, I'm just on break, at school on break. I'm like, oh, okay, what class? She's like, oh, business. I was like, okay. What are you guys doing in class? Oh, we're making, she said some stupid shit, like they're making business covers or something of the other. So I'm like, oh, let me see. You know, like trying to be, you know, like, let me see. Because I knew her ass was not at fucking school, so how you doing that? Right? So I'm like, let me see. This bitch had the nerve to go on Google and send me a picture of like a 3rd grade painting class. I was like, this has to be a joke. Like, I couldn't even take this seriously at this point. This is a joke. I'm like, this looks like a 3rd grade art class. She's like, no, we're painting our I don't even know what it is. Business logo, something, I don't even know. But I'm still keeping it cool. At this point, all I want to do is lure her little ass to my house and knock the shit out of her, honestly. So I asked her if we're going to see Scandal later, and she was just like, yeah, we can still go. I just have to go out somewhere with my grandpa later for a bit, or take my grandpa somewhere for a bit, and then I'll come get you. I was like, all right, cool. I already knew she was fucking lying. So me, doing my investigating shit, okay? I found a way to get homegirl on my line. So she called me, and this is what she told me. She told me that this trifling bitch, when I would call her, she would tell homegirl that I was collections calling because my number was like a foreign number. So she didn't even save my number, or she deleted it. I don't know what the hell she did, but when I was calling, she told her that it was collection. So that was the first thing. And then she was like, she told me that she doesn't talk to you no more because you don't know what you want. Like, basically everything she told me about her, she told her about me. I was like, is this a joke? Meanwhile, when we're on the phone together, she's locked up in the bathroom trying to call me on the other line, and the girl's trying to get her to come out of the bathroom, and she's trying to lie like she's using the bathroom. Like, she basically got all types of caught, and she's still trying to lie her way through it. It was the funniest thing in the whole world. Like, I actually found it entertaining at this point. Like, I was just egging it on just to see how it was gonna go down because it was so funny. So next thing you know, I'm on the phone and I hear her getting her ass beat up and down. And I thought that shit was hilarious. I was like, shit, save me the fucking arm work. So her ass got bust. I came off the phone. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this girl. Like, clearly she's a waste of time, waste of space. I should have known Pisces. I never saw it coming because, you know, I've never actually talked to a Pisces before, but I should have known. They're very sneaky individuals, and I know that because that little brother that's Pisces. I should have known. I should have known. But anyways, so so we get off the phone. I go about my day. I'm like, yeah, forget this girl. I'm done. Like, I don't have time for this. The next day, I'm chilling at home, and I get a knock on my door. Who the fuck is at my door? Like, only like 4 people knew where I lived at the time. So, and I didn't expect any of them to be at my door. So I go and I look through the people, and I'm seeing a face, but I'm not sure. So then I open the door, and guess who it is? Yep, it's her, standing at my door with her face looking all types of fucked up. Like, she got fucked up. So all I could do was laugh. Like, and I'm not laughing because it was really funny. I was just laughing to be petty. Like, what's up? She's like, I just came here to tell you that I'm sorry and I want to take you out for lunch and apologize and just have a conversation because I don't want to lose you as a friend. All I heard out of that brief statement that she said was, take you out to lunch. Bitch, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm down to eat. The fuck? So I took her to my favorite Chinese restaurant so I could eat my favorite Chinese food. We ate, and she's basically trying to plead her case. Honestly, I did not say a word. Like, I just let her talk. That's all I did, was talk. Let her talk. Talk while I eat. Basically, from what I got from the whole situation was, I'm sorry. I should have never did what I did. And even if you don't ever talk to me like that, at least have your friendship because you're honestly like a great person. Da, da, da. I was like, all right, like you have to plead your case to me because at this point I don't want to just be your friend to be your friend because you're not offering me nothing value as a friend at this very point of time. So still pleading her case. So I had to ask her a question like, why are you here? Like, I don't understand why you're here saying this to me when you could be in your own country, right across the water, saying the same thing, like telling Shorty what you're telling me. This bitch had the nerve to say, well, she's done with me and she doesn't want to talk to me. And honestly, like, I really like you. It was just really hard to pick between the two because you have qualities that she doesn't have and she has qualities that you don't have. So it's like, I kind of wanted the best of both worlds. Okay, point taken. But all you have to do is be honest. I'm pretty sure I could have handled the truth had you told me. I mean, I probably would have never been with you, but shit, we could have still chilled and had a little hanky-panky here and there. Why not, right? But no, you have to tell a goddamn lie. When you're a liar, you're always a liar. So it's like, how could I trust you or how could I build a friendship with you knowing that you're a liar, right? That's how I was feeling. So anyways, she was just like, well, at the end of the day, I value our friendship and that's what I wanted to be. So I said, okay, whatever, cool. Whatever, if you want to be my friend, we can be friends. But it's going to take a while for me to build back up that trust where it was, if it ever gets there, which probably won't, but you know, you gotta tell them what they want to hear, right? Because they're all pleading their heart out like a fucking sad puppy dog. So I was like, all right, cool. Anyways, I want to go home for a bit. So she's like, yeah, I gotta go over and get she had to get something, she said, I don't know, so it was perfect timing. Drop me home and you can go about your business. Drops me to my house, back in front of my building, and then she goes, oh, can I get a hug? I was like, all right, cool, no problem. And then so I give her a hug and then she goes, would it be pushing it if I asked for a kiss? I'm like, yes, it definitely would be. And so then she reaches back in the back of her car and she pulls out like 2 dozen roses. Everyone knows me, sucker for roses, like sucker. So my heart goes, but I couldn't show it, but that's what I was feeling. I was like, God damn, this bitch got me roses. I could have stripped my pants off right there and just totally kidding. But anyways, so she's like, how about now? She grabs the rose like I'm supposed to kiss her because she got me some fucking roses. I was like, no, I'm not kissing. Took my damn roses and I went up to my damn apartment. I was so happy. I took the little note off of it that said I'm sorry and I placed them in a cute little vase and I had them sitting there. Oh, it was so pretty. So I went and I put the flowers in my vase. She called me like 20 minutes later. She's like, oh, if you don't mind, I want to come over and pick you up later so we can go back to my house and watch Scandal. Oh, the same Scandal episode that we were supposed to watch like a whole 3 days ago? Oh, I don't know about that anymore. But anyways, that was the plan. And so I went back. I was in my house chilling. I called my sister and I was like, bitch, you would not believe. Like, I gotta give my sister the tea, right? So I'm telling my sister what happened. And then after I was telling her how I mentioned the fact that like, why is she over here when she could be talking to a girl in her own freaking country? And then that's when a light bulb clicked. Hello, check the girl's Twitter. Guys, I promise I cannot make this shit up. I swear to God. I checked the girl's Twitter. Why did it say, I wonder if the other girl knows that she bought me flowers and some candy? I was like, is this bitch for real? So she basically spit the same game to me as she did to her after just telling me the girl didn't want nothing to do with it. I was like, really? Like, this is why I can't have a friendship with you, because at the end of the day, you came all the way over to my house just to lie to me some more? Like, come on, buddy, come on. And then when I checked her about it, she was just like, no, like, I didn't send her flowers. It was my cousin that sent it to her. I was like, oh my God. You know what? I'm not gonna waste another second, minute, hour, anything on this girl. So I just let that be. I had to cut it. That was it. Like, it was a wrap. I don't want you. At this point, I don't want you. I don't want your friendship. I don't want anything. Like, I don't want your roses. Like, you know those ones where you want to just take the roses and throw them and be dramatic? I didn't even want to do that, bro, because low-key, the roses were nice, so I left the roses. But long story short, long story long, I would never talk to a Pisces again. I'll never talk to her again. They ended up in a relationship for like 2 years after that. Like, that's what worked for her. And let me tell you, that girl got bun like cheese. Like, anyways, I'm not talking about somebody else's relationship, but I mean, when you put yourself in a situation knowing that it's not going to be a good situation, don't expect for there to be a different outcome, which is, I guess, what homegirl thought she was going to get, but that's not what she got. And I'm glad that I am smart enough, and I'm glad that my investigative way, because can you imagine if it was like 2, 3, 4, 5 months down the line and I'm in a relationship and I'm finding out all this bull crap? Like, I'm glad it happened when it did, because it gave me enough strength to be like, to know that that's not something, you know, because you know someone can put you through something and you'll give them chance after chance after chance after chance, damn well knowing that they don't deserve it. Like, I'm glad that it wasn't at that point where I had to keep giving chances. Like, I'd seen it, I was just like, I already knew what it was, like, from the get. Although, when she told me, I still remember we were walking in Myers and she was telling me, like, oh, she doesn't know what she wants. I should have known. It's either yes or no. That's all you had to tell me. No, I'm not talking to someone. Yes, I'm talking to someone. So go ahead to go, well, I was talking to someone, but I should have known. But anyways, guys, that's it for my first story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if I was rambling on too much, but anyways, that's the story. That's what happened. I got played and I caught it though. I caught it. But still, it wasn't fun. I'm not gonna lie, like at some points I wasn't in my feelings. Of course I was in my feelings sometimes, but I mean, you bounce back like Big Sean, right? Doesn't even matter. So let me know what you guys think about my first story time. If it was god awful and I talked too much, let me know. If it was great and I'm funny, let me know. There's always the thumbs up button and there's the thumbs down button. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I see that I have almost 130 subscribers. Thank you for those who support me. I appreciate you tons and tons and tons and tons. And for the people that are gonna subscribe, I'm gonna love you and appreciate you tons and tons and tons and tons. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.